Yo,
Yay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I've already had technical difficulties in the first 2 minutes of doing this,
who
but
you
it is
or
all
who me?
good. Yes, welcome everyone to another episode of Let's Get Down to Biz. My name is Erica J. Pierce, the Growth Mindset Life Coach. And here's where we basically talk to other business owners, where we just basically chop it up a little bit, talk about the good, the bad, and the challenging experiences that go along with running a small business. If you're new to this page or new to me, again, like I said, I'm a life coach, a growth mindset coach, and I basically help people who struggle with mindset, clarity, discipline, things like that. My heart is for new business owners, and I found that a lot of times, those people have issues with confidence and discipline and imposter syndrome and things like that. So I figured, why don't I create a space where we can talk to other business owners and they can get some inspiration, hopefully get some insight, and maybe learn about a new business that they may want to patron. So I am so excited tonight. I have a special guest. Before I even go into that, I just want to say I have always grown up in a house with men that cook. And so I've always been intrigued by men that cook. So I'm super excited to talk to Mr. Robert Valentine.
Thank you.
Um,
Appreciate it.
yes, welcome to the show tonight.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for
So
having me.
you're welcome. So let's just go ahead and get into it. MVP Meals is what it's called. You tell us about your business.
So basically, my business is I'm in the business of food. But basically, it started off as a meal prep company, and then basically I just kind of like expanded and branched out from there. I don't know if you just want me to get into that whole story right now, but I'm just giving you like the small little synopsis of what it is. So I have my hands pretty much in a lot of things. I have it in meal prep. I have it in catering. I have it in doing small meals for people. Like I have my fingers in a lot of different places. And
And what area of Houston do you service?
I live in Missouri City, Texas. So that would be the southern part of Houston. About if you were in the middle of Houston, if you were in downtown, it would be 20 minutes south.
Okay, awesome. So, my question that I always ask, what made you get into cooking? Did you always have a thing for cooking, or how did that get started?
I would say it definitely got started around. I'm just be organic as raw as possible. It's just who I am.
Yes.
I'm not a scripted person. Um, it got started when I was about 9 years old, and it started with baking. I started baking cakes. Like when you were early in your early childhood, when your parents or whoever would bake a cake, and you would just kind of be around to like lick the bowl. Like the bowl
Yeah.
was like the big thing to have.
Yeah.
Like I would always want to be around for that, and then it kind of like intrigued me after that, like the whole process of making it as opposed to just sticking around trying to lick the bowl. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, and then it kind of grew from there. Like the very first thing I learned how to make is weird. I don't know if people learn how to make this like right off the bat, but the first thing I was taught how to make was fried chicken.
Okay.
It was fried chicken, and it was like the flour in the bag and shaking the brown paper bag, like the whole process. And I
And
was
you're
just
not from
so,
the South.
huh?
And you're not from the South.
No, no, but I mean they make fried chicken everywhere.
Yeah. That's our thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Fried chicken.
So yeah, that was the first thing I learned. That was the first thing I learned how to make outside of baking, and then from there, it just I started learning different recipes from like different people, and after a while, I lost touch with it. When you're in college, you don't care to cook. Like you running around and just living life as a 18, 19 year old. Like I'm not gonna be in here cooking, but yeah, that's kind of where it started, and then it picked back up later.
Okay, so you're going through life, doing whatever you do. When did it occur to you that this is something that you want to make a career?
It didn't it didn't really hit me career wise until about 2019. 2019, that's when I started writing like my business plan. So I had always been, prior to 2019, I would always make, I would always like make food and take pictures of it. And, I'd post it on Facebook. And remember when MySpace was a thing, I would post
Yeah.
pictures on MySpace and, just, I don't know, seeing how creative I could get with it. And I don't know, I just kind of built up like this thing where I would just make food, take pictures of it, see how good I could do, and then I would leave it alone. And then I
Yeah.
don't know what hit me. Like, I don't know if life just slapped me, like, this is what you need to be doing. But in 2019, I started writing a business plan to, to kind of do what I'm doing now. Like, I stuck myself in a room for a while and I just kind of started. Actually, let's see. I think it may be. Yep, the book is right here. Yeah, it says the plan, and I wrote
Definitely.
this like, and it's got in this particular composition notebook. I literally wrote down like I was writing everything from like marketing ideas, and there's like rotating menu recipes in here, and all kind of marketing mission statements, and the names, all the names that I wanted to use that I never used and crossed out, and like this whole book is just filled. This was the plan, and I executed it. So yeah, I executed that in the second month of 2020. So February 2020. Um, Basically, what I did was I knew I had a huge following of people, and
Mhm.
I just kind of took that and used it. The power of social media is like it's huge. And what I did was I put up a status one day. I remember exactly what it said too. Like I put up a status in like February. It was like February 1st or something like that. And I said, if I specifically typed out, if I started a meal prep company, who would be interested? And I'll never forget it. The comments like never stopped. Like it was just endless. And
Nice.
I was like wowed by it. I was just like, okay, I guess this is what I'm doing. Like, and I started, people started inboxing me from that moment,
Mhm.
like, what can I order? And I was just like, I wasn't even ready to order, fix food at the time. I was just putting the idea out there. And people were DMing me like, I need 5 of this. Can you make me this? Can you put together this? And I was just like, oh shit, I guess I better get on it like now. And
Immediately.
yeah. And that was February 2020, and then the pandemic hit 30 days later.
Wow.
So I actually,
Interesting.
yeah, I started this whole thing before the pan. This was pre-pandemic. Like nobody knew it was gonna hit. So I was doing this just like, okay, this is what I'm about to do, and boom, pandemic.
Just to test it out.
Yep.
So, okay, so let's back up a little bit. You were doing other things. We've had conversations outside of tonight. You were
Okay.
doing other things in your career before you decided to go into catering.
Right.
What what was it that made you say, I want to try something different?
Um. So I was a paralegal, and paralegal life was just it's boring. It's just a lot of paper pushing, and it was just terrible. I hated it. I didn't want to be involved with it anymore, and I just decided this is I wasn't happy. When you're not happy doing a job, you're just kind of doing it just to be doing it. And I was making enough money, but not the greatest money. And
Right.
I didn't want to do it anymore. I was just like, I'm done with this. I want to do something that I'm happy doing, and also help other people out as well. So if I can help people get in shape or eat better, let's do it. So I definitely wanted to get into that, and that's exactly what I did.
Okay. So you decided to put it out there, put out the feeler, see how people will respond to it, and then COVID happened. And everybody knows the world shut down. Um, we didn't know everything was uncertain. What was going on with you during that time?
So when most businesses kind of failed, that's when I actually took off. And a lot of the reason for that is because, people were scared to come outside. Like, well, you couldn't come outside. You couldn't come outside. And then, some grocery stores were open, some stores were open, all restaurants were closed. But people did not want to go to the grocery store. Like, they just didn't want to leave their houses because they were so scared. I don't scare easily. And so I was the one that was like, I'll do it. So if you guys need food or meals or whatever, I'll be the one to go ahead and go out to the grocery store, prep your meals, and do it for you. And so that's kind of how that portion started. What happened after that was, we started getting a couple of months into the pandemic, and people started getting bored with what I was, meal prep can only take you so far.
Right.
And so sorry, I lost my train of thought real quick. So meal prep can only take you so far. So basically people just started getting bored with the food. So I started thinking about what I could do, what I could put on the menu that would, be like comfort food or, make people happy while they were, laying around on the couch or whatever it is that they were doing. And I came up with this idea to make an oxtail egg roll because, it's an out of the box concept. And, nobody was really making oxtail egg rolls anymore. Or not anymore, but just I hadn't
Ever?
really heard of it. And I had made it a couple of times on my own. And I was like, this is good. Now I have been sitting on that for like a year. Like that egg roll, I was just sitting on it for like a year. I knew I could do it. It was good. And I just like made it like, I'll find something to do with it later or not use it at all. So I just kind of pulled it, from under my sleeve and just, all right, here, let's see what this does. And I put that out, and it was just like one person told 10, those 10 people told like 20 more. All those people told like hundreds more until it was literally thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people. Like I went viral.
Wow.
Twice over those egg rolls. Yeah. They ended up putting them in a group. They ended up putting these egg rolls, like people were doing reviews of these egg rolls in a group we have here in Houston called some like black owned restaurant group. There's about black owned restaurant group. I can't remember it fully, but there's about 200 or 300,000 people in this group.
Oh, wow.
And they started sharing it within this group. And then all of a sudden, like all these messages just came up from nowhere. Like, when you go viral, people will find you. Like I don't know how people got my phone number. They were knocking on my door. They never had my address. They were coming to knock on my door. They were calling me all hours of the night about egg rolls. It was crazy. It was like those stories in itself, like I could write a book just about egg rolls alone.
Egg rolls.
But it was nuts. And so I put that egg roll on. That egg roll turned into, now I have to make different variety of egg rolls. It can't just be one, because now people are like, it was like crack. It's like you give them a little piece and they're just like, okay, well, what else you got? You got some of this? Can I get some of those? Can you make this? Can you? And I had to start making up new egg rolls just to keep people, happy.
Yeah.
People would come to get these egg rolls. I mean, I had lines and lines just wrapped around blocks and blocks. I was renting out Airbnbs. I was getting kicked out of places I was living in because, I couldn't, it was just too much going on. I'm overtaking the kitchen of the places I'm living in. My roommates ain't happy. I got the house smelling like an egg roll. Like it was crazy.
Oh,
And
wow.
What did Andre say? Red velvet. That red velvet does not belong to me, Andre. That belongs to Chef Sparkle. Um, but yeah, it was a crazy time. So that's how egg rolls went. There's a lot more I could say about that, but that's how that went.
I was waiting to hear the story about the egg rolls because that just is wild to me that
Yeah,
pasta.
it's a uniquely wild story that is I could talk about that for hours. Like I was renting out Airbnbs that I wasn't even sleeping in just to use the kitchen. Like I
Oh my
wasn't even
goodness.
I would rent it out for like two I would rent it out for 2 days just to use the kitchen space for one day and then like serve the egg rolls like another day. But I wouldn't sleep there. So I just bring in like my fryer, all the stuff that I needed to to prep egg rolls, and I just be in there frying egg rolls, rolling egg rolls. I had some help. Shout out to Nikkei. Um, I had some help, and at that it was so early. I didn't have like a system. Like I didn't have a system in place because it was so many people at it was just an onslaught of people, and it was just like I was texting people like, "Hey, show up between I don't know 12 and 3, and then like text me when you get here." Man, it was like hundreds of people, and it was so messy. But I
Oh
mean,
wow.
I served most of them, but that went on for a better part of like a whole year, maybe even more.
And all this happened during COVID, during that
This
was
is
staying
all,
home.
yes, this is in the middle of COVID. Like people were coming outside lining up for egg rolls in the middle of COVID when they shouldn't have been outside at all. This is in the middle of COVID. I'm talking women showing up at 8 a.m. in full
No.
makeup and hair and like we were not supposed to be outside. I wasn't really outside, like, but I was inside prepping egg rolls. But people were coming outside to get these egg rolls and take them home. They were coming from the north side of Houston. They were coming from the south side, the east side. I had friends drive from Dallas. They drove from 4 hours
Wow.
away to come get egg rolls. It was
Wow.
crazy.
That is crazy. I'm gonna have to get in on these egg rolls when you do them again.
Yeah,
I,
egg rolls
I
are
need to know.
done, and all my friends are mad at me because I won't bring them back. But I guess for the let me see for the 13 people that are in here watching right now, I do cater the egg rolls. So if you want to cater them, there's a minimum of 30 you can purchase, and I will do that. But as far as the egg rolls go, I'm like, come pick them up on Sundays. I don't do that no more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is crazy. I love that story. That's a huge testimony to trusting your instinct, which is what this is about today. I felt like when I heard your story, there was something like you already said you don't scare easily.
No.
So there was something that made you just say, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna do this thing. And a lot of people tend to not listen to their gut when there's like an idea or something that just comes to them and they're afraid to like jump on it. Has that
Mhm.
always been something that your strong point, or did you have to learn to listen to your instinct, or what are your thoughts on that?
Um, I pretty much listen to just like if I feel it's a good decision, then I listen to it. Like I don't, I'm not scared of what repercussions may happen. I mean, everybody knows that I'll get in trouble. It don't matter to me. But so it didn't bother. It doesn't bother me to follow my instinct. If I feel it's something that I need to do, I'll do it. If I don't think it's a good idea, I just won't. But following my instinct, it's not hard to do that because there's always going to be something within you that tells you you should probably do this. You should probably take this deal. You probably shouldn't. You should probably not talk to that person anymore. Like you know what I mean? Like it's for me, it's pretty simple to figure out. I don't know how it is for other people,
Yeah.
um, but for me, it is very easy to follow my instinct.
Yeah, a lot of people are not in tune with that little small voice. And
Nope.
so they just kind of willy-nilly, or they intellectualize stuff too much, too logical. So you have to
Right.
find a balance, being able to hear that voice and move when it's time to move. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I follow it.
So
Definitely.
so how do you get your inspiration for like all these fun dishes that you create?
Um, so I'm a very big um I like to think outside the box when it comes to food. Um, Inspiration, the Food Network, the Food Network, Pinterest, um, Instagram has become, I wasn't always like looking at Instagram for food, but now they have reels now, and you can just kind of, my Instagram, like when you open it, it's literally just all food because it's based on the people you follow, the type of people you follow, and I follow a lot of chefs and people who make all kind of wild and crazy stuff. So I may see a certain recipe or a certain thing that someone has done, and I may have seen something another time from someone else. And what I'll do, like my brain just does it starts combining all of these different things, and I'll just start putting things together and trying it, and I don't know, putting mac and cheese on a burger. Like, of course, like you're not inventing the wheel here when it comes to food. Like people have done this, thousands and thousands of times. But you can put your own spin. You can put your own spin on things. And so that's what I try to do. I try to put my own spin on things. Of course, some things I'm not, but I can put my own flavors on it, and it can taste different from, you may get, a burger from that guy that may not taste like mine because of the way that I season it or the way that what sauce I may use and whatnot. So there's that. That's how I find my inspiration. It just comes from my brain going crazy, or I may see some things and just decide to play around and put things together. I don't know. It comes from all different kinds of places. I'm weird.
Yeah, well, weird is good sometimes. So would
Hey,
you say that's what makes you kind of stand out from others? There's a lot of people that, you know, meal prep and do what you do. What would you say is your strong point, your standout?
I am huge, huge, huge on presentation. If it doesn't look good, I can't serve it. Like I can't. Like, you'll see pictures of food on Facebook. Now, I get it. Everybody's not a chef. Everybody can't cook. But it's just like, for the chefs, like if I see the food, I'm looking at it and I'm just like, that don't look good. Like I won't want to try it. People eat, like I was telling you the other day, I was like, people eat with their eyes first. You know what I mean? And then after they say, oh, hey, I want that because it looks good to them, then the other senses kick in, the taste, the smell. Well, the smell's probably going to come first with your eyes, but then they're
Right.
going to they're going to want to try it or want to buy it. So, presentation for me is like number one. Like I'm very meticulous. Like I'm cutting things at the perfect angle. I'm cutting sweet potatoes at the perfect angle because I'm thinking people are looking at the food while they're putting it in their mouth. And they're like, oh, that doesn't look really rectangular. These are the things I think of, and that's why I'm always trying to aim to be perfect. I'm not gonna be perfect, but I try to get to as close as I can. And it's not always gonna be there, but I just try. I try as hard as I can. Like I'm very hard on myself when it comes to that.
Hmm.
But my hard on myself is someone else's, oh my God, that's great. And I'm just looking at it
Yeah.
like, no, it's not. You know what I mean? And I guess that's where the bar is for me. I just kind of set the bar like really high.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That God, I lost my train of thought.
You'll find it. It's there.
You were talking about angles and stuff.
You were asking me, well, we talked about where inspiration came from, and then after that, the next question was, oh, what sets me apart? What do you think sets you apart from everyone else? Look at me helping you with your interview.
I
You over there,
know.
where your
But
notes at?
we're having a conversation, dude. We're just having a conversation. These
I
people
know,
just
I know,
happen
I
to
know,
be
I
on
know,
the
I know,
call. You know what I'm saying?
I know. All right, let's get to it. It's 12 people. It's 12 people in here.
So where do you like where do you see like your aspirations of where this can go? Will be perfect.
Where can it go? So basically, what has happened is I have taken. going back to egg rolls for a sec, just a quick second. It's gonna be a real quick second because I'm gonna tie it in. All of the people that I garnered and that I serviced and that I made contact with during egg rolls, which was hundreds and thousands of people, I took the egg roll and I basically just kicked the door open for myself and was like, never mind that egg roll. Here's everything else I can do.
Yeah.
And just, just started making all these different dishes. And, then it turned into turkey legs because, I have a lot of friends here and they don't like the turkey leg hut. I'm not saying that. They don't like it. And so basically, they didn't like the price. They didn't like, waiting in line and getting your car broken into. So I was like, all right, well, you know what? Let me do turkey legs. That can be done easily. Let me do turkey legs and make the price point lower and just come pick it up. There's no line, So I was just doing stuff like that, whether it was turkey legs, pineapple boats, egg rolls, oxtail fries, just whatever. I was just trying to, show people what I could do. And in turn, I always knew that I wanted to do catering, but I was just kind of like rising through the ranks of these different things just to, just kind of get my foot in the door, say, hey, I did that, make more contacts, networking, garnering, and just keep moving to where I wanted to be. I didn't necessarily want to do vending, but I did vending, basically packing up all your stuff, taking it outside with a tent, selling it at, festivals and whatnot. I did that about 2 times before I was like, nah, this ain't me. I don't like being outside. It's summertime. It's
Right.
hot. Packing the truck up at night. I don't know. I'm a little spoiled. I didn't like being outside selling food. The flies, it was terrible. So I did that for, maybe 2 or 3 times and then packed that up and was like, you know what? My goal has always been to do catering, high-end catering for, I wanted to do private chefing for, celebrities or high-end clientele, major corporations, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. So, um, yeah, I have a couple of high-end clients under my belt that I cook for, and I have one major corporation um, that I cater for, Amazon. um, So what were you doing with your hair? I looked up and I saw you
I
doing
was
something.
being, I was, that was my bougie, you
Oh,
know.
got you. Okay, I got you. I got you.
That's awesome though.
Yeah.
That's really awesome. And it happened really fast. So
Yes,
that's,
this all happened in a matter of what month are we in? November? 2.5 years.
yeah,
Two and a half
that's
years.
great.
I have amassed what I have one friend right now as a caterer. He always talks about how I've been in this game 23 years. And I'm just like, I'm doing what you're doing, and it only took me 2.5. Like,
Uh-oh,
what's going on?
what's going on?
I don't know. Probably
Mhm.
social media, probably the power of social media, because social media wasn't a big thing, I guess, when he started. So I can give him that.
And people gravitate, I always say this, people gravitate to people that they like and trust. And if they see you on social media and they connect with you as a person, they're gonna probably trust that you probably
It's
can cook.
crazy because like I guess my real friends like trust me, but like I don't understand. I talk crazy on social media. I think I heard from a lot of people like that was an appeal to them. They
That
liked
it
my
was.
yeah, they liked my personality, so they stuck around for the food. They were just
Yeah.
like, "Oh, you make me laugh, haha, I'll stay." Like I was like, "Okay." I be saying some crazy stuff online. Everybody in here knows it, and like they just stuck around. Like so, I've kind of used that as a marketing ploy, because you can go on my Facebook page right now. I'll talk crazy about somebody, not like a personal person. I mean, maybe not anybody I know, but I'll say something crazy in one state, and then in the next post, it's like, all right, I'm selling food this weekend. Like, who's coming? Like, I just kind of tie it in a very uniquely way, and it works. For some people it doesn't, but for the people that
Yeah.
stick around, or for the 13 people that are in here, it works. My mom is in here right now.
I
Hello,
saw your
mom.
mom. I saw hi
Mom,
mom.
Mom is in here talking about, and mom, say your mom. Yes, mom. Hi, mom. I love
You got to shout out your mama.
you. Yeah.
She did the baking. She had the spoon for you.
I
You
love you,
did the
mom.
starch.
Oh, I'm gonna tell a quick story about my mom. There was a time my mom, this was before I started doing like major cooking. And I wanted to get into it. Brian Edwards, I see you, bro. Thank you for being here. Um, there was one time I wanted to cook, and I was like, this was like 2000, I don't know, 8. And we're at my mom's house in Rhode Island, and all my brothers and my sister were there, and we were mom was getting ready to cook. And I said, Mom, I want to do this. Let me cook. And she was like, no. And like to this very day, I'll never forget that. I love you to death, Mom, but I still hold it in my heart that you never let me cook that day for everybody. You're just like, nah. And I was like, that was me like trying to like get on, and I wasn't a terrible
Yeah.
cook. I was decent. But she was like, nah, I'm gonna do this. And I was hurt. I'm still hurt, Mom. I'm still hurt about that.
The baby traumatized.
We good though. Me and my mom are good. We have no issues.
Unfortunately, you got past that. And now you're doing big things.
Yes, yes. And when I go visit my mom, I cook for them.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. But, so yeah. What else? What we got?
You ready to go? Okay,
No,
so we're
no,
gonna
no, no.
go.
I do better. I do better when when people ask me questions.
Hmm.
I can do diarrhea of the mouth all night, but everybody's not gonna want to sit here for that.
Like I said before, this is a conversation. I'm
It
not
is.
just gonna throw questions at you,
I got you.
sir. This is my show, sir. Anyway,
Go on with
but
your
no.
show then. All right.
Um, so I had a couple of questions for you, because we're getting toward the end. It went by really, really fast, but
It did.
you did. Um, I was just wondering, can you think of any other situations that have come since you started that you had a gut feeling about something and you felt like you needed to jump on it? It also yielded something great or something what not so great, and what you learn from that?
Hmm. Good question. Um, the way that I am, I don't have no politically correctness in me. Like if I can't answer it, I'm gonna be like, nope. But
Everything's
I'm
great.
gonna try. Ask me what's the question again?
Have you had a situation where you felt like there was a crossroad? Let's just put it that way. You're like, I feel like this is what I need to do, and you did it. Turned out really great, or maybe it didn't turn out great. What'd you learn from it either way?
Does it have to be regarding food?
No.
Oh, um, dang.
From a business standpoint, no?
No, because like I kind of dictate everything that I want to do because it's kind of like my company. So there really isn't, and I'm not being arrogant when I say that. It's just how it goes. It's just I'll be the one to sit there and just be like, all right, I want to do that. Nope, I don't want to do that. Like, and so there really isn't many crossroads that I come across. I'm sorry, I'm not able to answer this question for you.
It's okay. Because you kind of already said before, you kind of just do it. You just go with it.
Yeah, I
And
just kind of go with what feels good.
and from my experience, regardless if it seems like a failure or not, it's usually not, because you can always find something out of
Mhm.
it that makes it a win. I see that someone has a question.
Right, yeah. And then my boy Ann Banks said she hit you with the interview question, and I fumbled
Exactly.
hard.
Exactly.
I'm not like we discussed this before. This is the first time I've ever been interviewed by somebody. So I don't
Well,
know. You're used to this. You do this all the time, and I'm just sitting here like, duh, I
you
don't
need
know.
to practice your sound bites, sir. So whenever someone else interviews you, they can do some little sound bites and be like, bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, yeah,
Just
yeah.
saying.
I probably should have practiced for this one.
It's
But
all
we
good.
did discuss that I was just gonna come on here and talk, and it was gonna be raw, organic, unfiltered, and just and so that's kind of that's what you get. That's the negative side of raw, organic, and unfiltered. Like somebody hits you with a question, and you're just like, oh, well, next question.
Next question, I don't know.
Right. I don't have an answer for that.
No, but going back
Um,
to what you were saying about the your personality, like I could see food all day long by anybody, and it can look really nice. Like, oh, this looks nice. But I'm like, this is that nut from Facebook that says these crazy things. I'm gonna just try this one. So I can say that that even got me to even want to pull you on today. So you keep being the mess that you are. It's the people who are for you will enjoy it, and the people who are not will
there is
move
a ton
on.
of them. I promise you, there's a lot of them. I don't know what it is about this personality that they love. So I don't know. I'm just me. Like I'm not trying to be anybody else. Like this is it's just who I am. I'm just
Yeah.
like quirky, cool. Whatever the hell you want to call me. It's just who I am. I'm sarcastic. I'm funny. Whatever. But I tie it in. I tie it into the whole food thing. It's just like I will use my personality to draw you in, and then be like, bam, egg rolls, like or whatever. You know, like ha ha ha, and while your mouth is open, put some food in it.
Exactly.
Can we address some of the people are
Yeah,
asking
go ahead.
questions? So authenticity range goes, can we ask questions? Do you share recipes? Can I buy them? LOL. I'm serious though. Um, I have never shared recipes, obviously, because I'm a chef, so they're kind of like proprietary. So it's like if I share them, you'll never come back to me to buy them. That's kind of how I've always looked at it. Like, I don't know if it's something that's just basic, I don't care about, I'll give it to you. But I've had hundreds of people ask me for that oxtail egg roll recipe, and I'm like, nah, suffer. You'll never have it. And I'll have people try to buy it from me. I still have plans for it. I'm just kind of sitting again. I'm just kind of sitting on it again. Um, what did she ask? Is there a crazy? What? I'm sorry, I'm reading Ant's comment. Any plans on doing a cookbook in the future? I've thought about it. Um, I would love to do one. I'm just kind of not there in my life yet. I think when I stop, moving around and doing everything that I'm trying to accomplish right now with these major corporations and catering for high-end clients or whatever clients I'm catering for, I would probably like sit down and write out all my recipes because I'm never gonna stand up to cook again because my knees will probably be busted and my feet will be tore up, and that's kind of where we're getting right now with that. And I'll probably throw that out there and just be like, maybe I can make some money off of it or whatever. But yes, I would love to do that.
You could
Uh,
also do, I'm just telling you what to do with your time. But if you
right.
did something like quick little tips, because a lot of people want to know like some quick things they can do to like make their lives easier in the kitchen, you can do
Yeah.
stuff like that.
True. True. And I would absolutely love to do that. I had somebody ask me the other day. They were like, "Would you be willing to do cooking classes?" And I was just like, "That's a great idea, but right now, no." But I'm just kind of doing me, like the things I want to do right now, the things that I have planned for myself, and then I'm kind of just funneling my energy into where I'm trying to be in this life and what I want to do and what makes me happy. I understand that people have things that they want to do or that they want to learn, and I appreciate that people are coming to me and wanting to learn how to cook for me. Like I ain't think people are gonna, you know, want to learn that for me. I'm just a dude trying to make it make good food for other people, so I
Yeah.
appreciate it. So yeah, at some point I will teach classes or go down that avenue and do a cookbook and this, that, and the other. So the answer to that is yes. And Ant Banks says, Rob's crazy as hell, but if you reach out to Dude for guidance, he's very helpful. Absolutely, 100%. So Ant Banks, that's in there. He lives in he's one of my friends. He lives in Los Angeles, and he has an egg roll company. And he asks me for advice, and I give him, I'll give him the advice that he's looking for. And so I just try to help him be, the best that he can be. He hasn't asked me questions in a while, so I'm assuming he's doing great. We don't see. My friend LaRon lives in Los Angeles. He says, I want to hear the story about you burning your eyebrows. Can I tell that story? Can I just make it short?
Go ahead.
Uh, he knows the story. I don't know why.
He want to
So
entertain us.
we were, I wasn't really a chef at that time, but it was my birthday, 2007, April 15th, 2007, because it was the day after my birthday. And we were trying to light up this grill. And apparently, I don't know if either one of us knew what to do with a grill, but I think we put too much lighter fluid in there and we were standing too close. And then I don't know if we threw the match in or we lit it. And then, all the fire just kind of came out. And yeah, burnt faces and burned eyebrows for everybody. So, yeah, there's that.
Pro tip:
And
don't use too much lighter fluid.
hilarious. And then somebody says, get Amazon to hook you up with a book deal. I will ask about that. And then Ant says, share some pro tips with the folks. Pro tips. Another interview thing. I don't know. I can only share like what I do. Like, I don't know, make your food as, keep the presentation like on point. Always be on time. I'm a stickler for time. I absolutely hate when people are not on time. Like it irks my soul. It actually changes it'll change my mood.
Oh no.
Like if I tell somebody I want to meet up at like 8:00 and they show up at like 8:05, like I'm bothered. Because it's like I got there on time, why can't you?
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean? It's like you disrespected my time. So, but yeah, I don't know, be on time, keep your food, presentation on point. I would say be polite to people, but I'm not always polite because I use my sarcasm as a gateway to, what I'm doing. And that's not always polite, but certain people get it. Everyone's not always going to get my personality. I appreciate the people that do, though. They love it, but because I'm just like the type of person that I am, it's a love or hate relationship.
Yeah.
It's either you like me or you don't like me. There's really no in between. And the people that don't like me, they're just, we just kind of push them off to the side. The people that like me, they're in here watching this, obviously.
Shout out to those people.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Well, I have to be respectful of time as well. So I'm going to have to wrap it up, but I want to end with a question for you. What advice would you have to anybody, I guess, starting a business, whether it be the same type of industry or something different? What advice would you give to them as far as taking the risk, doing the thing that they feel that's inside of them that they're not quite ready to share with the world?
I would say, so I would probably use the advice that I gave myself, that I use for myself, is to just be very confident in what in what it is that you want to do. Because when I came out, I was just like, I knew I wanted to do it. I just didn't know it was going to happen at the moment I hit the post button on who wants meal prep. So I would say just be very confident in what you're doing. Just try to be the best that you can be at it. Don't listen to outside noise. I'm a person that doesn't really listen to outside noise. I'm very defiant in a way. I'll hear people say stuff, but I just won't listen to them. I'll just kind of, do tunnel vision and just kind of do my own thing. So I've had other chefs and other people, tell me certain things like, oh, you should do it this way because it's better this way. But what is better for that person wasn't what was good for me. I don't like your presentation. I don't like the way your food comes out. I don't like the way how you handle business. So, I don't care how long you were in this game. What works for you, fine, do that. But I would say not to listen to, people's outside noise. Trust your instinct. and go with what with what you know is going to work for you. And that's all that I've done with me. I've just tried to stick to what I know and, not listen to outside noise. Now, listen, I am a sponge. If I don't know things,
Mm-hmm.
I will definitely I take advice like a champ. Like, I'll listen to great advice, but you're going to get great advice and you're going to get people saying terrible stuff at the same time. You have to be able to take what's good and then throw out the rest. And so
Right.
that's kind of what I do. I have a friend, his name is Dion Flanoy. I don't know if he's watching. But he's actually he's one of my mentors. And this dude is just, he just is just a wealth of knowledge. And I just listen to everything that he says.
Yeah.
Poor Simon says, do you have a mentor? And I'm actually talking about him right now. Um, and he's just a nugget dropper. Like, everything he says is just, I don't know, it's just gold. I don't know who birthed this dude, but he's in my life. He's my mentor. I love him to death. So definitely I would say find a mentor. Like, find someone who's older than you, who has been down the road. How am I trying to say this? Find someone who's been down the path that you're trying to go down, because with older people, they've been down that road before and they're able to tell you, don't do that. Don't go down that road. I've been down there. I'm going to save you the time. Don't go there. Go here.
Yeah.
Having a mentor is, man, you're like almost nothing without a great mentor. Someone to just give you that advice, tell you what to do, keep you motivated, and this is everything that my friend Dion does, that my friend Dion does for me. So
Yeah.
I would say find you a great mentor, and like rock with that person. Like, just text them, call them, just pick their brain. I'll
Yeah.
take Dion out for drinks just to talk to him.
Yeah.
I'll pay for the tab. We'll have 4 drinks, 5 drinks a piece, and I'll pay for everything just to sit there and listen to him talk.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
gold.
Yeah, and it's always been super helpful. So I would say find a great mentor, listen to your instinct, and just tunnel vision on what you want to do. Mamba mentality. Everyone knows I'm a Kobe Bryant fan. And just don't listen to the chatter. If you listen to the chatter, you'll some people can't handle the chatter well. People are going to talk about you. They're going to say your food is nasty. They're going to say you price it too high. They're not for you.
They're
Move
not.
them to the side and focus on the people that that are willing to be down with you.
What is it? Eat the meat and spit out the bones.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Yep. Andre 100. Yep, that's all gold. So yeah, that's
Um,
what I would say. Find yourself a great mentor. Don't listen to outside chatter, and focus on what your goals are, and don't look behind. Just only look forward.
keep moving. Keep moving.
Keep it moving.
Yep. So, Mr. Valentine, where can the people find you that may be listening to this after tonight?
So, you mean like where do I live, or no, are you talking about like?
No, unless you're going to have some lines around with some egg rolls again.
Um, I'll think about it. But you can find me on Instagram. I have 2 pages. Let me write this down because I always forget it. Wait.
I believe they can see your handle right now. The one is
See,
on.
I've never been interviewed before.
It's okay. No,
So.
I'm just helping you out. So they can see your handle right now.
All right. So the handle that you can see, that's my food Instagram page. However, I'm very lazy when it comes to posting pictures on Instagram. So I have to be better about it. So that is the Instagram handle. You can DM me. That is one of the ways that you can find me, or you can add me on Facebook, Robert J. Valentine. I have 2 pages, but it's the one of me in a red coat. You're probably not going to remember this, but if you do, it's the one of me in a red coat.
If you are having problems finding him, you can always find me. I will get you to him as well. If you have any additional questions feel free to leave them in the comments. We'll get them answered, get them to whoever needs to answer them for you, all that stuff. Anything else you want to leave us with, sir?
Um, yeah, I do catering now. So if you're having, a birthday party or a divorce party, you hate your dude now, like a baby shower. I cater events now. So, I do it for the people. And, if it's something that you need, there was a friend in here. She was talking about how I did her wedding. Yeah, I did her wedding reception. That was dope. But yes, I do events. My calendar is starting to build up for the holidays. I didn't think that was going to happen, but it happened. But yeah, you can contact me, DM me, and we can discuss your catering needs. Should I leave my phone number? Like, should I say that or
If
no?
you want to, just know that if you go viral or something, everybody's gonna call you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Just DM me here, DM me on Facebook, whatever. But yeah, I'm not gonna throw my phone number out.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Thank you so much, Robert, for spending your evening with us, with me.
You got it.
Um, yeah. And everyone, I'm here every Wednesday at 7 Central Time for Let's Get Down to Biz, where we interview different business owners. So I will see you next week. Yes. Well, you can't really flip it, but screenshot it, and then flip it if it stops moving.
Wait, you want me to leave it? I can't flip it.
Everybody screenshot it and then flip it. Oh, okay. This is going to be goofy, but I need you to do me a favor. Because every time I save these videos, I look goofy. The person looks goofy. So I want you to give me your best mug. We're going to take a picture.
Oh, wait, you want me to do what?
We're going to take a picture right now so that the screenshot is going to be good. I know. I just started this literally right now. This is my bright idea. I don't know if it's going to work.
Oh, wait, what do you want me to do? Like, just
whatever. Like, whatever guys do to be cool and look sexy or something.
That's definitely not me. I usually only smile with my teeth because obviously I'm paying for them right now. So.
Oh, Lord. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Nah, let's do another one. I'm gonna just smile. I'm gonna just do what I'm gonna just do.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Wait, that's weird. Hang on. Okay, got it.
Are we good?
We'll see how it turns out.
If it doesn't turn out good, just delete it.
I will. All right, let me get out of here. Thank you, Robert.
Where are you going? You got another interview after me?
I gotta go teach a dance class. I'm a life coach and a dance instructor.
Oh, you gotta go. All right. Well, look, don't be late. Bye.
Bye. Bye, guys.
Bye, y'all. Thanks for tuning in.